Right, Operation Starlight.
East Berlin, agent called Mittag. Works for the State Security Department.
The SSD?
But in a very minor capacity. He's given us some useful stuff in the past. He's a developer in their photo processing laboratory.
Motivation?
Money, pure and simple. Well, they're usually the best kind. Anyway, he's been promising something big. Berlin thinks he needs the money, wants to get married. And now he says he has aerial photos of the new missile complex at Erfurt.
And that's big?
According to our intelligence boys in the DIS. I mean, we know nothing about the Erfurt complex except the missiles of a new type, probably targeted on RAF bases in Germany.
What state are the photos in?
Developed prints, 10 by 8, set of 6.
10 by 8?
Well, that's what he was producing. He made an extra set, smuggled them out of the building.
Has he never heard of micro-dotting?
He won't have the equipment in his flat.
Too incriminating. All right, so what's happening?
Well, there's a complication, man. Mittag's convinced himself he's under suspicion. And maybe he is. Maybe it's just the thought of having enough money at last to get out of the business.
But?
He refuses to move the photos from their hiding place in his flat. But we've got to go and get them.
Into East Berlin?
Yes, Berlin Station think it's dodgy, if he is being watched. So we'll have to put in a suitably trained officer.
The Berlin number 2?
No, he's too well known to the other side and kept under surveillance. But the number 2 in Bonn is East Berlin orientated.
Who is the Bonn number 2?
Bob Clemens.
Ah, yes. He's very good. So he has every chance of getting away with it.
He'll have a better chance.
You don't like it, do you?
No, sir. East Berlin is bad news, always has been. But if the intelligence director says these photographs are vital...
Will Clemens have a watertight cover?
He'll have a good cover. But it won't save him if he's blown by Mittag.
Shouldn't we be sending in a sandbagger, if it's so hazardous? Not into East Berlin, sir, not with this kind of job.
It'll need the best possible cover. That's the ability to be an East Berliner. Clemens has got that ability.
When's he going?
Tomorrow night.
And jolly good luck to him.
He'll need all he can get.
Right, next.
Ted, Operation Starlight.
Thank you, sir.
I briefed the Deputy Chief and C.
Right.
Ah, into the heavy mob.
Good eye, people.
Good morning, Miss Dickens.
Good morning, sir.
What's this then, an Indian circle?
Precautionary brief, sir.
Oh, both sandbaggers?
It's for Winter's Tale, Hungary.
Oh, yes, I meant to warn you about that. I want both of you briefed because I'm not sure when or if this operation will happen. But if it does, it could be at very short notice and either of you can pick it up.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
It's important to me, Willie. Janos Ilku's worth saving.
Ilku, Budapest.
Right. Mean anything? Janos Ilku is head of the Hungarian underground movement. He was one of the student leaders in '56, and he's been working against the Soviets and the AVH ever since.
And we may have to lift him.
The AVH have all but identified him. He's trying to throw them off the track, but if he fails, he'll need help to get out.
They could seal their borders fast enough.
Yes. So we'll take him out as a British national, accompanied by another British national, one or other of you.
What if they catch him first?
They'll execute him. So, make sure you come away from this briefing knowing exactly what you do, whom you contact, and what route you use. Because if Ilku does scream for help, there won't be time to go over it again. Right? Okay, Brown.
Thank you, sir. Right. Contacts and routes.
Out. I want to make a private phone call.
You've just had one.
Who?
Your ex-wife.
Belinda. She hasn't phoned in 18 months.
About that?
Are you sure?
I'm sure. She's at this end of town at the hairdresser's, wondered if you would meet her for lunch.
Well, ring her back. Tell her I've had to go to the Foreign Office.
If you said the Foreign Office, she would check with her father. That's why I said the Ministry of Defence.
Thank you. I hope to God all that's not going to start again. Not now.
No. Oh, now. I did think of telling her she was too late.
What do you can? Laura? Who? I trust, sir, that you aren't using the red circuit for social chit-chat. Some fella called Neil Burnside? Oh, yeah.
Sandbagger too? Yes, I think that can be arranged. Thank you, sir.
Suppose I'm having lunch on my own again, am I?
Well, at least you get a couple of pints inside you.
Wonder if he'll make it really exciting today.
What do you mean, a choice of Coke or coffee?
And I'll walk across the park.
Is he a friend of yours?
Who?
The Hungarian, János Ilkó.
Not a friend, no. He did get me out of a scrape in Budapest. And he's a brave man.
Can I take the job if it comes up?
There's someone who didn't want to be a sandbagger.
All sorts of things I didn't want to be. Some I still haven't become.
Give it time, there's no rush.
There is for me. What a wasted years.
Forget them.
It's hard to realize that your tomorrows can be so different from your yesterdays.
I know. Belinda phoned the office today.
Oh? What does she want?
I've no idea. I don't want to know.
You didn't speak to her?
I haven't spoken to her for 18 months.
Neil, maybe you should call her.
Whose side are you on, anyway?
Well, you were married to her for 5 years. You owe her something.
Not nearly as much as I owe you.
Like what?
I've started to sleep at night.
You know, in any other situation but ours, that would be an insult.
What you grinning at?
You grinned at me, so I grinned at you. You do a lot of it these days.
Shut up.
There's a confidential bookmaster this afternoon.
So, we haven't lost anything, have we?
Speak for yourself, dear. PA to Dios? OK, Brown, I'll tell him. Flap and Operation Starlight. Can you go to the ops room?
Right.
Yes, all flight times to Berlin.
But what about
today and tomorrow morning?
Consus General Handbook?
What's the problem?
Anywhere like that. All right. OK.
Bond number 2, Bob Clements, has had a car crash on the way to Bonn Airport.
Is he hurt?
Broken leg. No way going to East Berlin tomorrow night.
So, who else can we send?
No one. There's no other Berlin-orientated field agent, except the Berlin number 2, and he's ruled out.
Well, there must be.
Not since the cutbacks, though. There used to be one attached to the Consulate General Hanover, but he retired without relief. Something to do with economies on station personnel.
So we can't do the job.
Unless we contact the field school, see if there's anyone at the end of training.
No, don't call the school.
Why not, sir?
Someone straight out of training is no good for this job. I'll talk to the CIA.
We've got the same problem. Our people in Berlin and the people from G2 and of Teeling 1 are all known and watched.
Anyone in the States?
Berlin-orientated? Sure there are. By the time I've asked, they've already been approved and briefed and sent to Berlin. Want one? Yeah, then they're briefed again, sent across the border.
Not going to be able to do a pickup in Berlin tomorrow night.
No way.
Can you get him across there anyway? Just in case I can delay the pickup.
Well, I can try. Thanks. Pretty risky run, isn't it? If this guy Mittag is as twitched as you say.
Very risky.
Better not delay it.
No, I'm aware of that.
No dice, sir.
From Berlin?
Consider in Mittag's current state, any delay would result in him destroying photographs.
That's what I expected. Anything on the double check?
No, I've been right through the list again. Every field agent in the world. I still think we should try the school.
I said don't call the school. Bring me in Laura's personal file, will you?
Laura's file.
Leave it on the desk.
Stuck on Starlight, I hear.
What the hell do you know about Starlight?
It has been to the ops room. I'll take it.
Don't be bloody silly, you're not Berlin orientated.
I'll risk it.
You don't speak German. Mittag doesn't speak English. What would you do if you were stopped by a street patrol? How would you even get across the border?
If necessary, I'll go over the wall. I can take a written note to Mittag.
Now, you get caught with it, don't be stupid.
I'm telling you, I'll risk it.
You know, don't you?
I was the one who got her out of field school. Nobody else knows, just you, me, and the school.
I told him not to tell the school.
It's just you and me, then.
But she's Berlin orientated.
Can I ask a classified question?
Go ahead.
Are you sleeping with her?
If you mean sleeping, yes. If you mean anything more, no. Laura's got a hang-up at the moment.
I guess that. And that you're in love with her.
That's my problem.
I can solve it for you. Let me go.
She's a special agent, Willie. Berlin orientated. She should have been the first choice even before Clemens.
Yeah, if we thought about it. Sandbaggers aren't usually fully trained linguists, are they?
Well, we thought about it now. Laura, you're on your bike. Berlin. Immediate briefing. I'll see you in the ops room. Brian, the ops. Brief Sandbagger 2 for Starlight. Yes, we find she's Berlin orientated. Thanks for the offer, Willie.
Still stands.
It's East Berlin. You need something on your side.
I've got experience.
And Laura's got qualifications, so she goes.
Is it really that important? A few photographs?
Start asking questions like that, and you better find yourself another job.
Now, timings. There's no flight to Berlin tonight, so we'll send you to Dusseldorf this evening. You can make a connection in the morning.
Yes, I'd like as long as possible in Germany start using the language again.
Right. We're arranging to brief you in Dusseldorf early tomorrow morning, then to Berlin, and across the border early afternoon.
Pick up.
Mittagsblatt, 2020 local time.
Okay.
Cover.
3 layer. East German citizen, strip to West German, strip to American.
And on blowout?
Agent of U.S. Army Intelligence, G2. Change to CIA. Change to Abteilung ISIS of Germany.
Well, they got tired of the game long before that.
Ask Philip.
Let's hope we don't have to.
Seconded with much feeling.
Laura, come and see me before you go.
Right.
Be with the deputy chief.
Right, sir.
You'll come out the day after tomorrow, at lunchtime.
Sandbagger 2?
Yes,
You're lucky she's Berlin orientated.
very lucky.
Are you afraid that Mittag will blow her?
He's very twitched. He could be blown himself. And it is East Berlin.
Well, you're not suggesting that we abandon the mission.
Not if we really need the information.
We do.
Right.
Neil, would you be asking these questions if Clements was still going?
No.
I see. I'm sorry, Neil.
Yes, yes, I know.
Yes, I'm sure that'll be right. I'll tell him. Ah, Wellingham's office has just been on. Can you see him this evening at the Foreign Office, say 7:15?
Subject?
A personal matter.
Well, we can guess what that is, can't we?
You can't blame him. Belinda's his only child.
Well, it's not my fault, is it? All right, 7:15.
Briefed and ready to go.
Sit down, Laura. you want to go?
Why shouldn't I?
It's very dodgy.
I'm a sandbagger.
At my insistence.
At my choice. Anyway, if I refuse this job, what will it do to us?
Nothing.
You'd never forgive yourself, therefore you'd never forgive me. Come on, Neil. Your standing orders say I do not expect operations officers to allow their personal problems to encroach upon their professional conduct.
All right, if we're quoting orders, here's another one. If you get unhappy in any way, abort the mission.
I'm going to get those pictures, boss.
Okay. Laura.
Hmm?
Good luck, kid.
Dankeschön.
I'd have asked you to dinner, but I've got an official one.
I think it's my turn to ask you anyway.
Now, I'm not matchmaking, so don't get alarmed, but Belinda's staying with us again and making my life absolute hell.
How?
She thinks I should be doing more to bring you two together again.
No one could have tried harder than you.
Quite. But she wants to see you.
It didn't work. We chipped bits off each other.
Well, she still believes it was all the worrying and waiting when you were in the Sandbaggers.
It was much more fundamental than that. My life revolves around the SIS, Belinda's revolves around herself.
At the moment, it revolves around our drawing room, night and day. You could meet her for a drink.
It wouldn't achieve anything.
It would give me a certain amount of peace and quiet.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not going through all that again.
Just one drink. It's not too much to ask.
It is. It would remain civilized for about 3 minutes. Then we'd be back to all the bickering, the bitterness, all the post-mortems, who said what, where. No, sir.
All right. Do it for me, and I'll see what I can do for you.
Meaning?
Must be concocting something over there? Something that wouldn't get permission in the normal way?
No.
Oh, come. There must be something you want.
I tell you what I want. I want a bigger financial vote, for SIS generally and for my directorate in particular. I want more foreign stations better manned.
I'm permanent under-secretary, not Chancellor of the Exchequer.
You asked me what I wanted.
Look, Neil, Belinda is driving me mad.
I remember the feeling.
And I remember this conversation.
I'd help if I could, but the price is too high.
I remember that, too.
Let's go. We can have our men into Germany by tomorrow morning.
Okay. Can you get him to Berlin and hold him there?
Yeah, if it helps.
It might. I like to think we got backup of some kind.
When does Laura go in?
She's in already. She'll make the pickup in about 4 hours.
You got a cutout in East Berlin?
No. We got a resident, passive operations only. We'll know soon enough if anything goes wrong.
You all take care.
From Berlin Station, sir. Abort Starlight. Mittag was searched as he left work tonight.
How can we abort it? Isn't Laura on the free run?
That's right, sir. We have no contact with her.
I'm coming down. Any other information?
No, sir.
They allowed Mittag to go after the search?
Yes?
And perhaps they're satisfied for the moment. If they don't check him again tonight, Laura could still get in and out with the photographs.
They could have let him go, then keep his flag on the surveillance.
Or he could have confessed. And how they're setting up Laura.
She's due to pick up in when? 10 minutes?
I think we do now, sir.
Home. Burnside, sir. Could you meet me in C's office in 2 minutes? Yeah, Starlight. Diobs. Alert C that the deputy chief and myself are on our way up to see him. And cancel his bloody dinner.
And then we'd better inform the Foreign Office. If they arrest her, they'll make as much political capital as possible out of it.
They've got to find out who she is first.
How long will that take?
If they pump her full of sodium pentothal, no time at all. But if they use normal interrogation, she should keep them guessing for 48 hours. I'd like to get in ahead of that, sir. Offer a swap.
We're not holding anyone worth swapping, are we?
I don't know, but somebody must be.
I can task intelligence to work with the Russian desk, make out a list of possibles. Aren't you jumping the gun, Neil? The girl may get through.
But if she doesn't, I want to move quickly. Offer a swap before they start taking her to bits.
I know how you feel about your Sandbaggers, but we can only go so far to get her back.
Could you be more explicit, sir?
Laura Dickens is a special section officer. She's accepted the risks. So must we.
Laura Dickens was briefed yesterday morning on the entire Hungarian underground movement. Names, places, networks, or routes.
That's what's fresh in her mind, sir. If they get that from her, we lose 22 years' hard work in Hungary, and probably every agent we've got there. All right, let's investigate a swap.
I reckon no news is good news.
Maybe.
It's over an hour now. The resident would have got a message to Berlin Station.
If he knows. He couldn't hang round Mittag's flat waiting to see what happened.
Well, if there's any sense, he'll ring a hotel room and check.
Duty ops, officer. Roger. I'll tell Diobs. She's been taken, sir. She was arrested as she left the flat with the photographs.
Thank you. Ted, go down to the Russian desk, see if they've got a list for me yet, possible swaps.
Sir.
Brian, make sure that the deputy chief and C knows first. Then ask the FCO desk to inform the Prime Minister and the Foreign Secretary. My office, Willie. What do you think?
Well, she's done the course. She knows the drill. Being a linguist, she'll stand a better chance. She'll speak German tonight. She'll go on speaking it till they catch her out.
Unless they use drugs.
Well, they won't initially. The theory nowadays is just better to interrogate straight first.
She can't last out forever.
Nope. She can spin it for a few days. The State Security Department won't mess her about till the KGB will have to go anyway.
The possible swap, sir.
Yes?
We haven't got anyone. Nor have the Americans. The best bet appears to be the French.
With?
Nikolai Deryabin.
Yes. KGB illegal. Caught about a year ago. Something to do with a Jaguar fighter, wasn't it?
I remember. Andre Bermel, still head of the Steck.
I believe he is, sir.
Draft a signal, head of station Paris, telling him to phone Bermel at home. Get me an interview first thing tomorrow morning.
First flight from Heathrow, 7 o'clock.
Book me on him.
Sir.
Sorry about the news, Neil.
Yes, I'd have come to tell you personally. I thought you'd gone home.
I decided to wait. See if there's anything I could do.
You can. Give me approval to go to Paris tomorrow to negotiate with the Steck for a KGB officer called Deryabin.
I can't head of station do it.
I want to do it myself.
Very well. What can you offer the French?
Nothing at the moment, but we do the same for them.
Yes, we work with them all the time. Train their agents in the summer exercise.
Yes. You know Bermel?
Yes. I solved a problem for him once when I was a sandbagger.
Let's hope he hasn't forgotten.
I do sympathize, Neil.
Then can you get me Derry Bean?
I mean to say the SSD are not renowned for their finesse. They could kill the girl.
Derry Bean.
Ah, yes, Derry Bean. There could be some opposition, you understand, to his being released for the British.
Didn't even be made public.
Oh, no, I'm talking of our own Ministry of Defense.
I've got nothing to trade.
I think you have.
What would that be?
Since our politicians took us out of NATO, it has been a very difficult time for the intelligence community.
I'm sure.
And since the Ben Barka case, other countries do not trust our security, and so therefore there has not been sufficient exchange of information.
Right. Well, I'll represent that in London. See what we can do.
For Derry Bean, we would want more than that. Much more. The British SIS is very fortunate. It enjoys a unique arrangement with the Americans, the, what you call it, the special relationship.
Yes.
You receive all that material marked for US, UK eyes only. I want all special relationship material for 1 year from the day you exchange Derry Bean.
The Americans would never agree to that.
Then do not tell the Americans. I shall take it under the counter.
But if they found out?
Those are my terms, Neil.
You must know as well as I do that if the Americans denied us special relationship material, it would have our efficiency.
And by the same token, my friend, if we had it, it would double ours.
You'll forgive me for saying so, but your security is lousy.
Oh, no, no, it is improving all the time, I can assure you, but we will take precautions. You will deliver to me once a month, personally. I will extract what I require here in this very office and give the papers back to you.
If this information is to be of any use to you, you'll have to disseminate it to your heads of department.
Of course.
There will be speculation. Speculation causes leaks.
Then I am sorry, Neil, but your journey has been in vain. And your agent must remain at the mercy of the SSD, which is a pity, particularly for a girl. Those years in prison.
All right. I agree. I'll meet your terms.
I'm glad.
When can I collect Derry Bean?
We will deliver him to you in West Berlin.
When?
When I have a written note of your agreement.
I daren't put it on paper.
I regret that you must. Sadly, Neil, you are not yet a senior member of the SIS. I shall require a more official document.
Why, if this is to be an unofficial transfer of material?
I must ensure that it happens, otherwise you can exchange Derry Bean and then refuse to give me the documents. So, you will have a formal agreement drawn up in London, signed by Sir James Greenley, your Chief of Service, and Sir Geoffrey Wellingham of the Foreign Office.
What's the point?
To give me a guarantee, of course.
Well, I'll never persuade them to be party to this.
I'm sure that you can. Greenley must want your agent back too. And Wellingham is your father-in-law. Beneath their signatures, they will append, please, their thumbprint to authenticate it totally. And then, if the material does not arrive, I will put this letter in the hands of the Americans.
Get Derry Bean to Berlin tomorrow. I'll meet you there, give you the agreement.
As you wish. We can talk details on the telephone. This is what I call my authentication file. It has copies of people's signatures and, where possible, their fingerprints. We have Greenleys, and we have Wellinghams.
You've said a dozen times, we can't survive without the special relationship.
Sometime within the next 36 hours, the SSD are going to break Laura, and she's going to give them everything she knows. We'll lose the entire Hungarian operation, details of her own organization, methods of training, and countless other things she's picked up here.
I do appreciate that.
So I must get her out quickly. And the only way I can do that is to put the special relationship at risk.
The idea is that Wellingham and I should sign this agreement privately, no further reference upwards.
None. The fewer people informed, the less chance of a leak. And the Foreign Secretary would almost certainly say no anyway.
Undoubtedly. When the Americans find out, and I think it's a case of when and not if, Wellingham and I are finished.
I'm aware of that, sir. But if I may say so, your careers are drawing to a natural close anyway.
I had hoped not to end mine in disgrace.
It's your career, sir. Or dozens of lives. Ilku, his whole organization.
Draw up the agreement and I'll sign it. There appears no other choice. You'd better take it to Wellingham yourself. I trust you're on good terms at the moment.
I'm not sure.
It's out of the question for me to sign this.
You mustn't sign it.
The special relationship is more important than the Hungarian network.
They're both important, and this gives us a fighting chance of keeping both.
For how long?
I don't know. But we've got to take things in order, and the first priority is to get Laura Dickens out of East Germany.
I hope I've got the quote right. I think it was, "I'd help if I could, but the price is too high."
What price?
I've worked damn hard to get what I am, and I'm not finished yet. I intend to retire as Baron Wellingham.
What are you talking about?
You're asking me to throw away a life's work, to put the entire US-UK relations in jeopardy, to betray the Foreign Secretary's trust in me? To quote you again, it's too much to ask.
And if I told you I'm in love with Laura Dickens?
I don't believe you.
I swear it.
You've never loved anyone or anything in your life, except Isaias.
It's the truth.
Then are you asking me to sign this for personal or professional considerations?
Both.
Only you could play a trick like this.
Like what?
You're saying that if I don't sign, you'll never have the woman you love.
That's not what I'm saying. If you don't sign, agents in Hungary will die, and the KGB will get every other classified detail Laura's ever known.
But you do love her.
Yes.
I think you're lying, Neil. The way you always lied, cheated, double-dealt to get your own way.
Not this time.
You've maneuvered me for the last time, Neil.
We have permission to contact these Germans? Offer a swap?
You may proceed on that assumption.
Thank you, sir. Any news? I've just spoken on the phone to Bermel.
Yeah?
You have Deriabin in Berlin by early evening tomorrow.
Swap at a checkpoint tomorrow night.
That's what we're proposing. We're waiting to hear from the East Germans.
Oh, they'll take it to Derry Oven.
Speaks in.
Don't look very happy for a man who's going to see his goal tomorrow night.
Read that. And forget you've ever seen him.
God almighty. The Americans will know about this inside a month.
Probably. But that's Bermel's price for Deriabin. and the cost to us of saving the Hungarians.
And Laura.
And Laura.
You sure there's no other way out of this?
Nope. No way. Burnside?
Brian Milton, sir. They agree to exchange. 2300 local time tomorrow.
All right, Brian, thank you. Make sure everyone knows.
Yes, sir. Book you out on the forenoon flight, sir.
No, I've got things to do in the morning. Get me on a later one, and I'll take Willie with me.
Right, sir. I'll leave Daisy.
Right, thanks. Janie, Neil Burnside.
Hello.
Is Jeff there, please?
Just a minute, I'm dragging away from his company. Hi, Neil.
Jeff, sorry to disturb you at home, but could you meet me tomorrow?
When?
Say 9:30 in the park.
I don't mind calling in at your office.
No, the park will be best. And Jeff, if you have to cancel, just don't turn up and I'll ring you again.
Or I'll call you.
No, don't call me. And don't talk to anyone about meeting me.
Why the mystery?
I'll explain when I see you.
This better be good. I had to say no to my ambassador to get here.
I'm glad you did. That's a photocopy of the document. I'm giving it to you at 9:29.
No one's got divorce proceedings like this.
Read it, Jeff.
Who's got the original?
I have. But I'm giving it to Bermel this evening in Berlin.
Are you out of your mind?
I rather think I must be.
Neil, do you know...
Let's walk.
Oh, and I hate Berlin. It gives me the creeps.
Did you check on Deryabi?
Yeah, he's at the border post with the head of station number 2 and a couple of French heavies.
Good. And all we can do now is wait for 11 o'clock.
Good evening.
All right, Willie, I'll see you in the coffee shop then.
Hello, Neil. You are well?
No.
Thank you. Very satisfactory.
It's authentic.
I do not doubt it. Perhaps we can meet for a drink after the exchange to celebrate and seal the bargain.
Let's hope so.
Till then.
Jeff Ross is here.
So now,
What's he doing in Berlin?
well, he asked if he could be here for the exchange.
Why?
He likes Laura, thought he may be able to help.
What if he sees Bermel?
Oh, what's the matter? Vermel decided he wanted to supervise the delivery of Deryabin.
Roll on 11 o'clock.
Does she look okay? She looks fine.
Willie?
Hi, Jeff.
Right. Let's go, Paul.
Right, sir. Come on, Mr. Daryabin. You're going home.
Stand by to get Deryabin back to the west.
Right.
What the hell's going on?
Shut up.
Willen, was ist passiert? Der Schuss kam von hinten! Und die Engländerin? Oh, lass sie doch, sie ist tot!
The exchange didn't take place.
Because your girl was shot down.
From the eastern side. Deryabin's back with your two heavies. You can return with him to Paris.
But we have an agreement.
Stuff your agreement, General. It's null and void.
We supplied Deryabin. That was our side of it. You must keep yours.
Why don't you read it? It says thereby affecting the release of Miss Laura Dickens. She was never released.
That was not my fault.
Look for mail. The deal's off. So get the hell out of my room.
I have the paper signed and sealed. I will give it to the Americans.
You're too late. I gave them a copy this morning. Ross is in 406. Ask him. You bastard! And you can get out too. Why? You know why? I had to get Laura away from them into the open to save the Hungarians. To do that, I had to set up the swap with
Why the hell didn't you swap?
I couldn't. The only way I could convince the Americans was by guaranteeing that there would be no swap. Look, you must see it, Willie. If we'd exchanged Deryabin, the CIA would never have been sure of us again. It would have been the end of the special relationship.
Well, it is the end of a special relationship, isn't it? Because Laura thought it was special.
I couldn't let her stay and talk. And I couldn't swap her. Willie, what else could I do? I had to get her into the open and make sure.
Who shot her?
CIA agent. Ross had him brought over from the States. Originally, he was a backup on Mittag.
A shot from the east?
Mystery, no one will ever know.
I know.
But I trust you.
I don't trust you. I'm the last one left. And you're not gonna kill me! Do you want my resignation now or in the morning?
You won't leave, Willie. Nor will I. Much as I want to.
Just going out to get some lunch. I thought perhaps we could,
Tomorrow, Willie, okay?
Yeah.